Hey, what's up guys, Benny here and welcome to another Apex Legends video where we're going to take a look at a couple of the most overpowered weapon combinations that you can use in Apex Legends right now in the game's brand new weapon switch meta. I'd also like to say a big thank you once again to EA for supporting this video. As I'm sure you've heard with Apex Legends Season 2, the game has had two brand new hop-ups added into the game, which you're 100% going to want to take advantage of to be successful in this season and work your way up to that legendary Apex Predator rank in the brand new ranked playlist. So in this video, I'm going to teach you the best weapons to use the hop-ups with, the best weapon pairings to help you win as many games as possible, and how to get your hands on the hop-ups a lot more often. First of all, you've got the hammer point rounds hop-up, which increases damage against non-shielded targets. This can be put on either the P2020 or the Mozambique. And yes, believe it or not, the Mozambique can now actually be a pretty good gun, and not just a laughable pea shooter that it was in Season 1. Then secondly, you've got disruptor rounds, which deals increased damage against shielded targets, which can be placed onto the alternator or the RE45. This is probably what you've seen being used the most so far, because it's quite possibly, when put onto the alternator, the best gun in the entire game right now. What I have to stress is these hop-ups have made weapons which were completely overlooked and underused during Apex Legends Season 1 actually viable, and has made it a lot more difficult to say what the worst guns in the game are anymore, which is a pretty damn good thing. Though, what these hop-ups have done is bring a new playstyle into Apex Legends, which I haven't really seen in a first-person shooter since Halo and the noob combo, which was when you were taking someone's shields out with a plasma pistol and then finishing them off with a headshot from a battle rifle. Proper old-school Xbox FPS. That is effectively exactly what you can do now in Apex Legends, thanks to these brand new hop-ups. Now, as Apex Legends is a battle royale, you can never guarantee what you're going to get your hands on in a match, though there are things you can do if you prefer using certain weapons to increase the likelihood that you'll have the guns you want for mid to end game. First of all, it's best to know what the best weapons are to use the brand new hop-ups with. With the disruptor round, you're going to want to be using the alternator over the RE45. One of the great things with the alternator is the fact that it also received a buff at the start of Season 2, having a new higher base damage along with barrel attachments having a bigger effect on reducing the gun's recoil, which helps to make it a lot more effective at range. The disruptor rounds will allow you to destroy a level 3 shield in just 3 bullets with the alternator, so yeah, it shreds. The RE45 for me just isn't a consistent enough weapon to be able to help you guarantee picking up kills on a consistent basis, though it's a much better gun with the disruptor rounds than without them. But I personally wouldn't recommend using it. So if you manage to find the disruptor rounds hop up in Apex Legends Season 2 and haven't managed to find an alternator yet, just keep a hold of it in your inventory. It'll be well worth the wait. A small trick that I've also started doing until I found the disruptor round hop-up is to use an R99, because a base R99 is better than a standard alternator without the hop-up equipped, but the two weapons share the exact same weapon attachment slots. So use an R99 if you can, which still has an incredibly high DPS and time to kill, just like it did in Season 1, but when you manage to get your hands on that hop-up, you can just seamlessly swap the weapons over without having to do any inventory management. Then with the hammer point round hopper, you're going to want to be using the P2020 for a few reasons. Firstly, if you have a quick trigger finger, you can drop enemies almost instantly, especially if they've already had their armor broken. Against level 1 armor, you can take someone down in 7 shots, 9 for level 2, and then 11 for level 3. So it's a pretty effective weapon just by itself, and on top of that, it also has a really fast reload time. And you don't necessarily have to take advantage of the game's new weapon switch meta for the P2020 to be any good, but on the plus side, the P2020 is heavily involved in the game's new meta. Personally, I use an Xbox Elite controller with the trigger lock on to help me be able to fire the P2020 as fast as I possibly can. If you play on PC, you'll of course be able to shoot a little bit quicker, but don't overlook it even if you play on console. But one of the reasons I use the P2020 with the hammer point rounds over the Mozambique is because when you get an extended mag, you can use it to take down multiple enemies at a time, and at medium to long ranges as well, which is where I find most of my fights tend to happen. But the Mozambique genuinely is usable with the hammer point hop-up, so don't completely overlook it, as it's better to have than not take advantage of the hop-up if you haven't been able to find a P2020. Now, there are a few things you can do to help make sure that you get your hands on the new hop-ups more often. Firstly, in non-ranked game modes, at the start of a game, you'll notice rather than having a hot zone like we've had during Season 1, you'll see 2 airdrops coming down at the start of a game. These airdrops include a guaranteed legendary L-Star LMG, and then what you're really interested in, as it's going to last you the entire match, is one of the 2 brand new hop-ups, whether that's the hammer point rounds or the disruptor rounds. That hop-up will also have one of the weapons associated with the hop-up, which will be the RE45 or the alternator with the disruptor rounds, and then either a P2020 or Mozambique with the hammer point rounds. You'll also get 2 stacks of ammo to go along with it, which will help you get some early kills, which is where the hammer point rounds are especially powerful, as you can kill a player without a shield in just 3 bullets with a P2020 and just 1 with the Mozambique. 1. Now, of course, that's one way you can get the new hop-ups easily, but in-game there are also a couple things I do when playing a game to get these hop-ups as frequently as possible. Firstly, landing in more loot-intensive areas like the pit, runoff, and the cage, you're going to be more likely to get one of the new hop-ups, and of course Skull Town as well. How can I forget about Skull Town? Then you need to learn how to loot quickly, which is something that I see a lot of people not able to do that well, which is really surprising. Something you'll need to be able to do is press the loot button without taking your thumbs off your thumbsticks. Now, there's a couple things you can do. Either learn to play claw, where you can then push the X button with your index finger, so when you're sprinting through areas, you can just loot quickly as you can spam X, whether that's floor loot or loot from containers. Or you can use something like an Elite or Scuff controller, which has paddles, to program one of the paddles to be your loot button, which honestly will make a huge difference to your gameplay and allow you to play at a faster pace. Otherwise, your third and final way to get the hop-ups is pay attention to players you're fighting, as when players are using the hop-ups, the bullet trails look and sound distinctive. So when you take them down, you know the exact death box you need to rush towards to loot those hop-ups. And that's all the advice I can give you in terms of getting the hop-ups in a match, but now I'm going to give you the best weapon combos in Apex Legends, and a couple which are definitely a little bit overpowered. So first up, we have what I think is the best weapon combo in the entire game by a country mile, and that is using the alternator with disruptor rounds, and then of course the P2020 with hammer point rounds. This weapon setup is honestly ridiculous for fast-paced gameplay, so if you're playing with legends like Pathfinder, Wraith, and Octane, where you're trying to get into enemy player faces, or even Bangalore, this is the best weapon combo in the game and can help you just shred enemies in quick succession before they can really get that much damage on you. What you'll want to do is start with the alternator, break your target shields, and then switch to the P2020 to finish them off, which is a fast draw time because it is also a pistol. Get into that habit as soon as you hear the shield breaking to switch over to the P2020 as quickly as you can. Also, another piece of advice I have is that if you only have one extended light mag, make sure to put it on the alternator, as the P2020 is the weapon you're going to be a little bit more precise with and more likely to land your shots, as it's single shot compared to the alternator, which is fully automatic. And that weapon combination is the best in the entire game. It at times can be hard to get all the hop-ups you need, but if you manage it, it is well worth it. Next up, we have the assault rifle P2020 combo. Now, Since the Season 2 patch, I found that using the flatline is also as good to use as the R301. So depending on your personal preference, use either the flatline or the R301, which you'll use to break opponents' shields at medium to long range, which with the flatline now being able to break level 3 armor in 5 or 6 bullets, depending on the legend you're up against, you can take down opponents pretty damn quickly. Then you'll of course be using that overpowered P2020 to finish off an opponent. This is the best thing to do as an individual player in Apex Legends Season 2 to win gunfights. Using the longbow is also another viable option, and so is the scout, to be honest. But the assault rifle P2020 combo is one of the best in the game. And then if you can't get hold of the hammer point rounds, which I would say the alternator with disruptor rounds is probably the best gun in Apex Legends right now, so it's worth a go. Just use that instead if you can't get hold of those hammer point rounds. But what I cannot stress enough is these Hopups are two of the best items in the game right now, so take advantage of them whilst you can, as it's going to help you win a lot more games in Apex Legends and pick up a lot more kills. But there we have it. Those brand new Hopups help give you the most overpowered weapon combinations in Apex Legends Season 2. Make sure to let me know which ones you're going to be taking advantage of the most down in the comments below. Subscribe if you're new for more Apex Legends content and smash that like button. I'll see you guys next time.